Coleman A. Young Municipal Building, and it looks like we're being held up. We're trying to go and stage our sit down on the 11th floor with the Mayor Dave B. And it looks like the security is keeping the public from coming in here so that we can go let this mayor upstairs know just what the hell we feel about this emergency manager, the way he ushered them in here. You're looking at a lot of Detroiters out here. I was able to squeeze through and get in here, but look at all these people out here. They want to get in here and they're being held up so that they can, on the 11th floor, muster up all their police so that they can deal with us. But we're serious about our business here. We're down here at the Coleman A. Young Municipal Building, and we're fighting our fight, and we want these people to know that we want this emergency manager, Kevyn Orr, this black lapdog, goddamn little trained monkey for the governor, this emergency manager that we voted down and got over 250,000 signatures to repeal this measure from coming to Detroit. We're here to say we want this no-count, low-life bum who comes in and rape black cities, seize control of all of their assets, sell them off and give them off in the name of long-term debt. We're here to tell the public we want this no-count Kevyn Orr, the emergency manager. We want to run you the fuck up out of Detroit. And this is what we want. This is why we're here. You're not looking at unruly people. You're looking at people fighting for justice right here in the city-county building. We're saying hell damn no to the emergency managers. I was able to squeeze in through here. Now they're blocking our entry. We've been notified by Dave Bing and the emergency manager to block our entry, to block the public from coming up to the 11th floor and taking a real damn stand, Dave Bing, and letting your sorry ass know that we want you out of here and we want those 6 council members to hell up out of Detroit for working with this damn Republican Governor Rick Snyder to bring Kevyn Orr, his black lapdog ass to come in here and seize control of Detroit and steal all our damn assets that belong to Detroit. Multi-million and multi-billion dollar generating assets that provide city jobs, city services, and good quality of life for the people of Detroit. This is what you're looking at. A real disenfranchisement of the people of Detroit, a total disrespect to the people of Detroit. Let the people in. It'll be your job next.
Looks like we're going to have to go to court for them to let us in. We're trying to get an injunction together. We go right over here. They have to let us in this building.
To come up to the 11th floor to pay the mayor a visit for ushering in an emergency manager when Detroit never needed a goddamn emergency manager. They don't want to let us in. Council already silenced our voice. They gave their power away twice. They gave it to the consent agreement for the governor, and now they rolled over and played dead for this damn emergency manager to come in here and take over Detroit. Once bitten, twice motherfucking shy is what your Detroit City Council is up there on the 13th floor. We're here. We want to go pay the mayor a visit up on the 11th floor for doing this to the people of Detroit. Over $1 billion goddamn dollars owed by the state. And this day being refuses to collect the damn money from Rick Snyder. Over $1 billion goddamn dollars. Over $300 million owed to the city of Detroit from revenue goddamn sharing that the governor refuses to give to Detroit. We having a shakedown, goddamn it, in Motown. And every one of you out here in Detroit, you ought to be here. It's time for you to put down all the silly ass things that you're doing in your life right now that you think are important. In comparison to our quality of life in Detroit, the shit is plain silly. And this is where your battle is. And your battle is where your ass belong at. Especially if bombs is being dropped on your damn head and you don't know it, then you don't even know what to teach your children because their whole future is being given away. It's looking like they're not.
What are they doing? They just got the games closed?
They put ropes and things to block their entry. They let you and I get through. There were 2 other ladies got through, and on the other side there might have been 3 people. So only about 6 out of over 200 people were able to get inside here. Yeah, you know, it's the same old shenanigans shit that you deal with.
There's a guy security can handle anything that comes through here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's fucked up and it's right into the goddamn core.
Quiet, y'all. Slow it down.
But it's nothing but a real delay. So that those people upstairs can get their shit together and be ready for us. Which is just what we want. Right here in the city county building, the Coleman A. Young Municipal Building, where we're being railroaded. It is in our constitutional right.
Somebody trying to tell them that they be quiet, they're going to do their searches.
Well, they're still...
What quiet has to do with their searches.
Quiet has nothing to do with it, absolutely. They intentionally, they was holding us up. You saw how slow they was. They was moving so goddamn slow when we was trying to get in here. And this is your fight, Detroit. This is your fight. And if you're not fighting your fight, then we all lose. And for those of us who are fighting our fight, we're so outnumbered by so many of us who are not fighting our fight. And so for those of us who fought the fight, then we lose.
Anybody in the city right now that's watching this and was not here for it, you should be here right now. You should be watching it live, right here.
Tell them about
this is your
it.
place. This is our fight, our city, our fight, our struggle, passed down to us from our freedom-fighting ancestors. Now is the time to pick up the legacy, to pick up the banner of struggle and continue it until victory.
That's right. That's right, Brother Clay. There's been so much stuff going on, Clay. How do we keep up with all of this corruption? How do we keep up with it?
Well, it's impossible to keep up with all of it because we have to live on a day-to-day basis, but we know that it's corrupt and rotten to the core. What you're looking at right now, folks, is just one. It's not the only, but it is one of the mechanisms to fight back against a corrupt, oppressive, racist, capitalist system. And this is how we do it. Looking at it live in action. Live, raw, right at your front door. This is how we do it. And the only thing left now is for you to get up off of your couch, for you to get up out of your bed, for you to get up out of your comfort zone,
right?
Get out into the streets and get into the battle.
That's right.
It's a war going on. The lines have been drawn. You have to decide which side do you stand on. The side of the oppressor or the side of the freedom fighters.
Right.
We hope that you will join us.
That's right, Clay. We've been fighting this corruption for a long time, and yeah, we're videotaping this right here. So I got you on record there, Brother Clay. This is Richard Clay, my good friend in Detroit, my ace #1 partner in crime. We get out here and we do our thing. We try to do our best to keep the city of Detroit safe and self-governing for the people of Detroit, where you have taxation with representation, but we've been dealing with so much taxation without representation. It's been driving me and Brother Richard Clay all kind of crazy. How long has this been going on, Clay?
This has been going on seemingly forever.
It seems like forever.
But lately, because our people have been a bit consumed with self, and because our leadership has been so poor, the oppressors in the governor's offices, mayor's offices, and all of the high power places have decided that we're no longer capable of mounting a fight back. And so they have escalated their oppression on us, and they're raping and pillaging of our assets, institutions, schools, their destruction of our institutions and of our children.
Right.
And so now we have to escalate our fight back against them and let them know we might have been asleep, but we're far from dead, and we do have the capability as well as the will to fight back and throw off the shackles of oppression.
That's right. And we've seen this kind of emergency manager mess at our schools. They tore up our Detroit public schools. How awful was that, Richard?
People must not forget. They cannot forget. The emergency manager, Kevyn Orr, must go. We must run him out of town on a rail.
That's right.
But he can't go by himself. The suitcases and bags of DPS financial manager, emergency manager, whoever manager, Roy Roberts, must go. He must be ran out of town on a rail. He's got to have his bags packed for him too, and he's got to be sent on a slow boat to China or wherever destination that the people decide to send him on. And Dave, being his bags have got to be packed, and he's got to be put on another slow boat, and he's got to be sent somewhere else. He can go to Hong Kong or China, wherever he wants to go to.
Right.
And that's the way that this thing has to happen. These people have to go.
And what about their city council, Richard Clay?
Well, you have Joanne Watson, Kwame Kenyatta, and Brenda Jones, at least to my understanding, who have waged some struggle on the council against this takeover of the city. You have 6 other city council members, including Charles Pugh and Gary Brown, who at one time, for whatever reason, our people believed in. And they never should have believed in them, because neither one of them had a track record of helping the people.
That's right.
But our people were fooled by them, and it happens sometimes, okay? So you brush your shoulders off, you chalk it up to the game. That's a learning lesson.
That's right.
You don't make those mistakes anymore. You don't vote on name recognition anymore. You vote based on a person's track record, their voting record, and their record in the community of being right on the issues and on helping the people. But all of those 6 council members must have their bags packed, and they must go. And we must find them anywhere they are in the community. We must boo them. We must shut down their meetings, and we must let them know that they are impotent, of no power, and no longer of any use to the people.
To hear you just run it down, to just break it down like you did, the true facts of awful, ugly corruption in Detroit by our very own elected officials. Sometimes it's so very hard to talk to people out in the public when I try to tell people what you just told me. Sometimes I feel like I'm the child that cried wolf, because so many people don't believe, and so many people don't get involved. What do you think about? What do you think about all of this?
Well, our number one enemy are some of the oppressors who we talked about. But our number 2 enemy is our own apathy. Our apathy is driven by many things. We don't even have time here to really break all of that down. But the important thing is if we continue to be stuck and mired by our apathy, then this struggle is over. At some point, we have to break the chains of our own apathy. We have to fight against, sometimes, man, you gotta get up. People who work gotta get up at 6, 5, 4 o'clock in the morning. They don't want to get up.
That's right.
I mean, a couple of times they hit that snooze button once, they hit that snooze button twice. But after hitting it twice and laying there for a couple minutes, they know they fighting it, but they fight it, and they fight through the sheets, the blankets, and they get up and they go on and do what they got to do. We have to fight through our apathy. We have to fight through our disbelief. We have to fight in many instances. A lot of people are just plain old beat down and demoralized. We got to fight through our demoralization and get up, get up off our butts and stand up on our feet like true men and women.
Yes.
And these youngsters, any kids, any teenagers seeing this, y'all got to do the same. And we got to stand up and fight for not only our civil rights, but for our human rights, our rights as human beings, for self-determination, to control our own destiny, and to not have outsiders come in and tell us what we're going to do, when we're going to do it, and how we're going to do it. I'm not down with that. I'm not going for it. My freedom fighting ancestors wasn't for it, and that's just never going down on my watch. And we need everybody else to stand up and say the same.
Oh, that's right, Clay. And we've been going through this mess. Look at, they didn't tear up Rome. Well, they didn't build it up in a day. No, they still haven't. They still holding us at bay. We're being held at bay. I believe they're trying to give the people upstairs enough time to get their shit together. I don't know, to somehow be prepared for us.
Apparently, this is another thing. We always assume, because of all the spies that they have amongst us, that they know everything that we're going to do. You're seeing a great example right now. You looking down here on the first floor of the city council at a stall and a long delay. But do not be fooled. This was not their initial plan. The initial plan was they didn't have one, because they either did not know we were coming, or they thought that it would be 20 or 25 people coming.
Right.
So the way it normally is. The way it normally is. So that once we went up, they could make quick work out of what they were going to do. Exactly. This is a stall because they don't have adequate data. Well, let me say this. Now, they do adopt on the fly. These people are brutal, and they are who they are. They're ruthless, but they are smart. Okay, but they are not omnipotent. They did not know that we were coming in these numbers, and we should be here in numbers 5 times greater than this.
That's right.
But they did not anticipate this, so they had to stall for about an hour. They need about an hour to go to, I guess you could call it Plan B, their next plan. They're upstairs, believe me, on the 11th floor.
That's right.
Or on some other floor, setting up what they're going to do when all these people get up there. But they need another hour to put that together, because they did not have that plan.
That's right.
And so we need to always stop talking about what we can't do and what we ain't gonna do, because Massa gonna be ready and prepared, and Massa gonna do this and do that. Massa is stalling right now.
That's right.
Massa and Massa's house niggas right now did not have a plan for this. They did not have a plan. So as they put together Plan B and they stall the people, when we get up there, we'll see what they have. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll see what they have, but we need to learn from this lesson and not just go away. A lot of times it's not about what you're looking at, what you're seeing, it's about what you don't see.
That's right.
What you don't see is a bunch of people in police, security uniforms, scrambling, huddled up with the financial manager, with the mayor, on the phone with the people, with Snyder. Snyder's on the phone right now, and they say, hey, boss, we had reports that maybe 20 to 30 people was going to show up. Boss, it's 150 to 200 down here. We did not plan for this.
Right.
What do you want us to do? How do we handle this? And they're trying to make adjustments on the fly. Okay?
Right.
So when we get up there, we'll see what they have. And then we must get better at adopting and adjusting our plans.
There you go.
Okay?
And we've been through this before. We've been through this mess before.
No doubt.
So,
we've been through this many times.
Many goddamn times.
Too many. So it is what it is. It is the struggle.
And to fight in the struggle, to fight a battle as long as we've been fighting this battle, that's a damn nightmare. To have some 20 damn years or more of the worst kind of corruption imaginable that would be coming to our city, our fine city of Detroit. A 20-year nightmare is what it's been for me. Be it the school board level, city council, water board commission, charter commission, you name it. They've all been corrupted and rotten to the core, and we've been feeling the effects of it. But to fight this mess here for over 20 goddamn years, I'm telling you, that shit can gray your ass up real goddamn quick, I'm telling you. Especially you a young ass man, you still feeling like a pimp and you 40 years old. You got all that goddamn gray hair in your head, you ain't a pimp no goddamn more. So, you know, you fucking with the pimp game, elected officials. How you know?
Graying up the pimp.
Yes.
Well, you know,
it's been a nightmare.
the thing is this. This is oppression. This is oppression does what oppression does.
Oh, yeah.
Governors or state legislatures. You're not freedom for. We get away from our past sometimes. Freedoms didn't come from our ancestors like that. Harriet Tubman didn't get it like that. Nat Turner didn't get it like that. All of our forefathers and foremothers, they didn't get it like that. They got it by direct action.
That's right.
Non-violent and violent. They got it, sometimes they used the vote, but they got it through strategy, they got it through planning, they got it through marching, they got it through fighting. The things that they use to get it are the same things that we have to use to get it. And we made some mistakes along the way. We got a little bit too dependent on voting for politicians who are going into the very system that has been seeking to destroy us in the first place. So to me, it hasn't been so much a nightmare. It has been what it is. It has been a constant struggle to rebuild what Malcolm X, what the Black Panther Party for self-defense was leaving us back in the 60s and 70s, and that is a protracted struggle where we would build up for ourselves and then push back against this system.
Right.
We forgot about the building for ourselves part. We forgot about building our own businesses. We forgot while we were fighting to save the public school system that we needed to build schools of our own.
That's right.
We forgot. We forgot while constantly being killed and brutalized by the police and criticizing them. We forgot that in the communities and in the neighborhoods that we needed to police ourselves, that we needed our own. We forgot about that we need our own security.
That's
that
right.
we couldn't depend on these people haven't provided adequate security for us, and we've been here for 400 years, Morris.
That's right.
Now, if they ain't done it in 400, well, we gonna wait for the next 400 and depend on them? They ain't did it in the first 400. I don't think they're gonna do it in the next 4, 5, 6, 700.
That's right.
If it's gonna be done, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do.
The safest communities that black people have ever known in this country were communities where it was a lot of Nation of Islam people, because they did it themselves. It was communities where it was a lot of Black Panthers, because they did it themselves.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
This thing is about learning the failures and the weaknesses of neocolonialism and capitalism, and finally coming to the realization that the only salvation that we have, we all have our religious beliefs, but the only salvation that we have on a day-to-day political and economic basis comes from self-determination, determining our own destiny, building for ourselves, and having independence. And that's it.
And that's it. Well, okay, good people, you heard it from Brother Richard Clay, my ace #1 main man, my partner in crime. Trust me, we about to go rob a bank in a minute, trust me. Shit, we going shopping, man, pimps like diamonds, we getting out, hey, we getting it all, we gonna get it in.
Ballin'.
You see? From the east side and the west side of Detroit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sharing this with you, public, and I will be posting this on Facebook so you all can hear, trust me, the true wisdom of one of my favorite brothers. And that's Brother Richard Clay from Detroit, the west side of Detroit. And we're going to make this a wrap, and we'll see you later on tonight on Facebook, baby. All right.
Peace.
All right. Oh, that was pretty cool, that Clay,
That
wasn't
was
it?
cool. That was good. That was good. You had that right on time. That was good, boy.